Last month, January 2018, the Australian government announced the closing of an opal town in South Australia called Mintabie. Now, Mintabie is not as famous as other opal places in Australia, such as Coober Pedy and Lightning Ridge. And with the closing of Mintabie, I thought it would be nice to review some parcels and some stones that I've cut and show you the quality of this material. This particular parcel weighed about 1.25 ounces, and to me, this is the finest opal that I've honestly ever seen. It's spectacular, has every color of the rainbow, has color from every direction, and you may have seen this particular thing holding of the stack of opal. If you Google it, you'll see that this opal is on the internet. And anyway, what led to the decline of Mintabie was the depletion of the opal. With depletion of opal, the miners left, the population decreased. I guess there was a smaller police presence, and chaos ensued. And according to the order by the Australian government, there was unsavory activity because Mintabie was an access point for drugs and alcohol and other crimes such as burglary, arson, and hooning. Now, this is the actual photograph that accompanied the article on the closing of Mintabie. Now, hooning is a peculiar thing. It's the driving of motor vehicles, speeding, burnouts, donuts, screeching tires. And to me, being a Yank, I can't help but think that somehow hooning is an Australian Mad Max type of thing. But that's just my opinion. Sorry if I offended somebody. This is a nice piece of dark base Mintabie that I had a few years ago. There was a video on it where I cut it in half using a trim saw. This is really fine dark base material, semi-black. Some people would refer this as, and it made a fine opal pendant. This one is not dark base; it's a light base. It started out as 1 ounce and ended up with 106 carats, with this brilliant red and green flashing. You can see the back is sort of dark base, but the front really is not, and that's pretty common in my experience with Mintabie. One side will have a lighter opal than the other side. Frequently, there's what's called jelly opal beneath a bright layer like this, and I'll hope to get to that in another video. This is an 8-ounce parcel that I had a few years ago, and this is really some very, very nice Mintabie opal. It's primarily dark base, and it's not as good as that first parcel that I showed, the 4 pieces, but it's fine opal, and 8.5 ounces of it. It's pretty good. You can see that this one has a dark wavy line down it. That's probably jelly opal, and as I said, I will do a video on that, try to explain it. With wavy lines like this, it has some problems, but it has some great areas as well. And with this much opal, you can't help but get a bunch of really nice cabochons out of it. I had rubbed the top off of these and got almost down to the opal layer, but not quite. I did make one cabochon in particular out of this parcel, and this is it. It's an 83 carat cabochon. It's dark base. You can clearly see that. It's got every color of the rainbow: red, green, yellow, orange, blue, purple. I like blue. It's although it's supposedly not as valuable as the others. When you have multicolored opal like this, I like it better than any solid color opal. And to show that this is dark base, this is the parcel that I had at the beginning, and I'm comparing the two. You can't see much of a difference, but the one on the top, the one I've been showing you, is truly has a dark background, and the other really does not. And some opal, Mintabie opal, can be black, and well, that's a whole other story. You don't always get 8-ounce parcels of huge stones. Sometimes you get opal in smaller pieces, and this parcel has both dark and light opal, and I like where you can see the color bars, and I like to cut across those color bars to show the stripes. It's a good way to cut. These last few clips that are of opal, Mintabie opal that I've cut and made jewelry out of. Honestly, these three are in the top 5 pieces of opal jewelry that I've ever made. So that's 3 out of 5 for Mintabie. There are a lot of other mining areas, but don't discount the quality of Mintabie opal. The Rainbow Shield opal was made from that same parcel that I showed at the beginning of the video. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you appreciate Mintabie opal, and we'll see you next time.